Hi, I'm Caponigro.
And I'm Huntington Witherill.
Design is a huge aspect of your imagery. Aside from being interested in the visual elements, I think composition is a little different than subject matter. It's how you arrange what's in the frame.
Yeah.
We're just naturally interested in it visually. What do you think the function of composition or design is?
Well, that's a tough question. I can always revert to Weston's comment about composition, which is kind of the catch-all. He said composition is the strongest way of seeing, and I believe that that obviously holds true.
It's part of that designing for impact, that you can grab the eye.
I think it is. I often think about photographs as being, I relate a lot of things in photography to music because I have a background in music. And to me, since the eye really only sees a very small field of view at any one time, composition in a photograph allows you to essentially orchestrate the way the eye goes through the image. And by the way you arrange the elements within the frame, you can actually orchestrate how somebody's going to travel through your photograph and where they're going to go, what they're going to see. You're kind of taking them on a little journey, if you will, through the photograph. And poor composition is often characterized by having an element that has caused your eye to wander out of the photograph, for example. So,
or has gotten in the way of the main center of interest.
Yeah, you really, I think the essence of composition is determining what it is you want your viewer to see, and then orchestrating the elements within your frame so that they have no choice but to go to where you want them to view.
Sure.
Or what you want them to view.
And then it's also, I think, how the other elements within the frame support that larger statement. Sometimes there can be a comparison or a contrast, but it sets up a relationship with the main storyline that you've established.
Absolutely, yeah. And equally as importantly, simply does not distract from whatever your main element is that you want people to essentially pay attention to. So,
agreed. That's particularly troublesome in photography, where you kind of have to include everything that's in the frame. At least you're used to.
Yeah. Well,
unlike a painter, where you wouldn't paint certain elements, you just don't put them in there.
Well, I think with digital photography, of course, in today's world, and your work is an excellent example of it, that those choices and decisions are really within your control now. I mean, you can take things out of the frame. You could put things into the frame if you want to support or, improve. I don't want to use the word improve, but maybe to help accentuate your composition and the design elements. And frankly, for me, photography has always been about form and shape and line and space and light. And it's been always very much less so about subject matter, specific subject matter. What I'm taking a photograph of, what that in reality is it a rock or a tree or, a pond or whatever it is less important than the overall form and shape and how it moves your eye around. And so normally I normally never put things into my photographs, at least the, compositions like that I would consider more straight, if you will. That's a really kind of nebulous term in this case because none of them are straight, but as opposed to the botanical flower series that I do, photosynthesis, where it's really just, it's totally abstract. I take things out of the composition, and what I'm taking out are things that are, as I'm making my journey with my eye, I'm being distracted by certain things, and I'll look at the composition, I'll see that I'm going in, lower left here, I'm coming up, looking at this, and all of a sudden my eye's going over to this, and then I go a little in, coming back to this. I know I need to get rid of that in order to take away that distraction. So,
So over time, have you experienced a change in your sensibility for composition?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, everything about my photography has changed over time.
Everything about with each body of work, or has it just changed over a long arc?
Well, I think hopefully it has matured and become more sophisticated as I grow and learn more about composition and experience more about it.
So does sophisticated mean more complex, simpler?
It can. Actually, the most sophisticated compositions are often the ones that are the simplest, and they're the most difficult to do. I mean, you know, the old KISS principle is not the easiest principle to do, keeping it simple.
Yeah.
I think in both respects I've been able to grow and learn and improve a little bit and get more sophisticated and more complex and simpler all at the same time. You know, a single composition is not both complex and simple, but there are challenges with each. Put it that way.
Hopefully the seeing is deeper and the expression, what's being said, becomes deeper.
Hopefully,
one of the advantages of having some experience.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing all that.